Welcome to Lane Turo University. My name's Conrad Layn. I'm a Turo power host. I share how to earn 6 figures and 7 figures on the Turo platform and how to rent your cars. I rent my cars on multiple platforms. I own 30 cars, plan to get 40 cars, etc. And I treat this the same way I treat real estate. If you're into Airbnbs, you might want to follow this channel. I'm gonna teach you a lot of different tax strategies and business strategies and just a lot of information. But this video is about how to protect yourself in regards to insurance and how to protect your assets properly. Unfortunately, there's something called the reservation period in the Turo contract. You might have been aware of this. Maybe you are not aware of this. So open up your ears and listen. So the reservation period is what it consists of. I left the Turo policy in the description below. You can read it for yourself, but I'm gonna elaborate and to share. So at this point, and this can always change, Turo reservation period starts when the Turo guest, AKA the renter, picks up the car, has it in possession, and is in control of the car, and has taken the keys from you and took control of the car at your stipulated home address or parking lot, or whatever address is deemed in the Turo reservation, or the delivery address. Once that has occurred, the vehicle is now covered by Turo insurance. That's when it starts. Turo reservation period starts. Turo reservation ends in reverse when the vehicle is dropped off at the stipulated delivery address that has been agreed upon in the Turo contract in the reservation, or has been dropped off at the home address or the parking lot address or commercial address that's stipulated and stated in the Turo contract. That means the Turo reservation has ended. The problem is this: if you do not have the proper personal insurance or commercial insurance to cover your vehicles before the guest picks up the car and after the guest drops off the car, you're not covered. I've talked to just 11 different Turo hosts. 2 of them are power hosts. The other 9 are regular Turo hosts. And what happens is, unfortunately, in all these situations, the Turo guest dropped off the car early. It happens. Maybe they're flying out of town. Maybe they don't need the car long anymore. They drop it off. But the Turo host is not at the scene because maybe they're not a big time host yet where they have a 24-hour operation, which is fine. And they drop off the car at the lot and it's stolen because they leave the keys inside the car, which they're not supposed to do. You're supposed to give it back to the Turo host, but they leave the car. As long as they drop off the car, even if the Turo host is not there at either the delivery address, say you have an airport delivery and they drop it off at a Turo approved airport off lot or at the airport, and someone steals the car or hits the car after they dropped it off, you're not covered. That comes out of your pocket. A lot of people don't know this. It's ludicrous. I don't agree with it, but that's the rules, people. So I'm just here to inform you. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm sharing that. And I left the article in the description below to prove my point. Turo will tell you this. Turo doesn't let you know in the beginning, but if there's a claim that's done, they'll let you know, oh, the reservation period's over. The same thing in reverse happens if you're waiting for a guest. Especially, I'm a Turo power host, no arrogance intended. You could be this, you could be better than me, but I own 30 cars, so I oftentimes am happy to wait for Turo guests. Oftentimes, maybe they miscalculated the time, maybe they had a flight delay, whatever the case might be. They're late. So unfortunately, the way it works is if I cancel on them, a lot of people aren't happy about it. They'll be like, this guy's a jerk, and I'm not. And I'm actually pretty cool, actually, and I'm happy to work with you. The problem is, as a Turo owner, and I own a lot of cars now, especially the more cars you own, you start seeing this more and more. If you have one car, maybe here and there, but as you start developing and growing your fleet, there's people who have 200 cars, 300 cars. I have 30 cars. The problem becomes that this compounds. So if you're constantly waiting for someone, the problem is now you're delayed with other people, or someone from your team is delayed because they're waiting for this person. And maybe for one person, it's not bad, but when you do this 10, 20 times, that's 20 other times you're going to be delayed on other people who did show up on time. That's the first problem. But the even bigger problem is this. If you wait for someone and they're running late, remember there's a 30-minute grace period, and you say, you know, I'm going to be a nice guy and wait 1 hour, and your car gets damaged before they pick up the car, that's not the Turo guest's fault. Yes, you waited for them. Yes, they're technically late. You can say it's their fault for that. But they did not have possession of the car. So the Turo reservation period did not start, meaning Turo insurance will not cover you. So what I tell people to do now is, look, the deal is this. You have to wait 30 minutes unless you want to get it to hit your metrics, and you get a host no-show fee pretty much, which is terrible. If you wait 30 minutes and above, then you can cancel and it's a Turo guest no-show. Do as you please. But the reason I say it, I want to make this very clear, is that unfortunately a lot of Turo hosts, when they call in, and this was the case in all 11 Turo hosts that I'm helping right now, they called in and say, hey, I want to cancel this trip, for example, or different Turo hosts, Turo reps, when he called, will say, you can't wait 5 more minutes. They're only 10 minutes away. That's usually the Turo renter will actually call in and say, hey, this host is trying to cancel on me. Can you please call them? And Turo, they're still a business. They want to make money. Let's be honest. I want to make money. It's nothing wrong with that. But what Turo reps typically do is they'll say, host, maybe you should wait 2 more minutes. The problem, what they don't tell you is if you wait those 2 extra minutes and your car's smashed, if it's stolen, if you're robbed, your person, whatever the case is, you're liable. Turo doesn't cover it. And I think that's wrong. I think that if Turo's going to be like that, that's fine. But don't tell Turos to stay longer, knowing that your Turo insurance does not cover because the guest hasn't arrived. So please protect yourself. It's not Turo's job to inform you. Yes, they're $1 billion company. I believe in them. I love Turo. To me, they are the Airbnb of cars. So this is no shade at Turo. I've had my issues with Turo, just like I have my issues with people. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. You're probably not perfect. And if you are perfect, teach me the ways. I'm far from perfect. But the point is this. Look. You have to protect yourself. We can't make excuses. This is a big boy, big girl game. And the reality of it is you have to protect yourself. So understand the rules. A lot of people don't have the time to read through the contracts the way I do. I do that and I make it a religion in my household to read everything. I'll spend a Sunday just reading contracts. So you maybe don't want to do it. So I'm just elaborating and articulating what I found. And best thing to do is double check what I'm saying. Don't believe me. I'm just your friend on YouTube. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, right? Follow the link below. I left the Turo policy in the description below. It gives you clear articulation of what the reservation period is. Call Turo. If you're a Turo, you have Turo's number, call Turo directly. And in the description, I also left Turo's number there too. Feel free to ask them everything I've stipulated and just ask if it's true. Ask them, hey, if I wait for a Turo guest and they're running late, and if my car's hit and I wait for them, I'm being a nice guy or a nice gal, right? Or will you guys cover me if my car's damaged? They'll tell you no. If they tell you yes, please let me know. You send me an email and I will love that and I will call and double check that. But at this point, that's not the case. And also ask them if someone drops off your car, say they have a reservation that ends at, let's say 10 a.m., but their flight change, they leave it at 5 a.m. and you're not there, right? They leave it and it's stolen. They leave the keys in the car, or it gets taken, or it gets seized, or it gets hit while out of their possession. They already checked out and they took pictures of the car showing this at your address that they picked it up from, that they dropped off. Will you be covered if your car is destroyed or totaled? They'll tell you no. I know this because I read through the contracts and I've called many times, and this is the situation. Most tour hosts don't know this. And these 11 people I'm working with, 2 of them, as I mentioned, are Turo power hosts. I have went through the situation. All 11 of them had an issue where someone dropped off the car. The cars were stolen. Cars have been stolen since 2023. It's been a big problem out here in Los Angeles and even Beverly Hills. And I know quite a bit of hosts and Airbnb hosts are suffering from this. So it's something you need to really arm yourself with. It's very common. And so please do your due diligence. I left all the information in the description below. I'm here to help. I'm just a regular dude and I'm just trying to make money, just like you're trying to make money. You could do this. You could even be better than me. I'm a 6-figure host, a Turo power host. That's why I'm wearing this hat. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you found any value in this content, please hit that bell. It motivates me to want to create more content like this. I'm going to go more over tax codes, tax advantages, how to invest like the wealthy, how to turn your rental car business into essentially like a real estate business. It's very, very similar. Similar tax codes is what will help you benefit where you pay 0 taxes and beyond. If you want to learn more about this, Layn University is the place. My name's Conrad Layn. Like, subscribe, share. Let's do it, people. Conrad Layn out.